Welcome to Retired and Inspired. Today's discussion will be about wine, and joining me is Denise and LB. This is not a wine lesson. This is what we like to drink
There you go.
and how much we want to spend on that drinking. So, for me, I like red blends. I like red wine, but I like red blends. So, they aren't usually the most expensive, and I don't buy the most expensive because I can't afford it. But anyway, I like what I like. I shop around. My favorite wine to drink, so to speak, all the time is from Sam's Club. It's called Maker's Mark Red Blend, and it's the large bottle. It's a good price. The wine is good. It's not sweet. It's I call it juicy. I look for juicy wines. I don't look for dry reds. Um, they're okay if you're eating beef or pasta, but for just sitting around on the porch or whatever, um, doing this, the red blend is a good one.
Ed, you said Maker's Mark. It's the same. Is it the same? They make brandy, Maker's Mark. So we're not talking about. Is it
No,
different?
no. This is
I mean
Sam's Club
bourbon. I'm sorry, I said brandy. I meant
house
bourbon.
brand. No, this
Okay.
is their house stuff. They have a number of things that they put under the Maker's Mark label.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm not a Costco shopper, so I don't know what they do there.
Ah,
I don't have the card. I've been indoctrinated with the card to get
so
in.
the same with Sam's Club's the same thing. I'm in a wine club. That's a monthly deal, and what they do is you get 2 bottles of wine every month. So they may feature, and I signed up for the red side, so it's always reds.
Mhm.
The thing about Cooper's Hawk is when you go to pick your wine up, if you don't like what they have that month, you can get something else. You can even
Oh,
change
that's
from red
good.
to white.
Do you pay any attention to when I drink red, the first thing I check is the alcohol content. And actually, that's for any bottle of wine that I drink. The first thing I check is alcohol content. Because if it's 12 or under, I don't drink it.
Right.
Most of them, I'll tell you what, even the let's call them the low end ones,
Hmm.
Mhm.
they're all 12. I've yet to find one that's not 12.
Okay.
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 So
Yeah, I find a lot of reds, they're even higher. They're maybe 13 or 14.
right, right. And when they get some of these wine dinners they were at when they were doing the ports and some of their sweet wines,
Yeah, yeah,
they were higher than that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're too thick and sweet, so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
usually with a port, you only take a small cordial glass anyhow.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Thank you, Ed. I am I'm so much more enlightened based on everything you just said. And I don't know if you remember or not, but you are the person who introduced me to red blends. I had
Mhm.
never heard of red blend before. You told Rusty about it, and then he passed it on to me. So I have started drinking red blends. But, I'm not a Costco person. I'm not a Sam's Club person. I'm a Publix grocery store wine person. So I like red, period, but not a dry. I like a blend, and I don't like the sweet stuff at all.
Right.
And like you said, I bought an expensive bottle of wine this summer. I went to a wine festival and I was just, having a good time. It was a wine and chocolate festival. So I'm in there eating all the chocolate and drinking all the red wine. And so I bought one. And when the man said, "Oh, your total is $28," I acted like that's what I pay all the time. And afterwards, I was like, damn. I'm used to 10.99, 8.99 if it's on sale. But I love a good red. And what I'm drinking now, LB, is somewhere between 13.5 and 14.
Okay.
The alcohol content, because if I'm going to drink it, okay,
You may as well get it.
exactly. You need to come correct. So that's, my 2 cents about the wines I like. And I know, LB, you are a white wine person.
Yeah, I drink on a regular. I drink white. Only time I really would drink red is if I'm having a steak or if I'm having some Italian food. Then I'll drink a Chianti or whatever the waiter recommends at the. Usually when I get my steak, I go to Capital Grill. So whatever they tell me is good red to go with that, I'll take their word for it because that's not my area. On a normal, on a regular wine drinking day or evening, Sauvignon Blanc or Pinot Grigio is my go-to. My Pinot Grigio of choice is Santa Margherita. It's out of Italy. It's not, well, according to Ed, it's expensive because it's like $22. But that's my favorite Pinot Grigio. It's 12.5%. And then everything else I drink is pretty much a Sauvignon Blanc, specifically out of New Zealand, and even the Marlborough region, which I think is like the middle of New Zealand. They're, to me, hands down, they're the best Sauvignon Blanc you're going to find anywhere. Quick story: I was at a event not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, restaurant. Well, it was a nightclub type thing, and they were having a band. So the guy comes around to take my drink order, and we see in the menu that they've got a Sauvignon Blanc. Like, cool, we'll take 2 glasses of that. And then I said, well, hold on, is the what? It didn't say what the label was. It just said Sauvignon Blanc. So, and he said, well, I'm really not sure what the label is. I can go check. I was like, okay, but don't worry about it. I said, but I do need to know, is it from New Zealand or is it from California? And he said, it's from California. I immediately said, okay, cancel that order. Californian Sauvignon Blanc and New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc taste completely different, in my opinion, obviously. And according to the server, when I told them to cancel it, he said, you know what? You're not the first person to say that. He didn't know anything about wines, but he said, you're not the first person to tell me that they didn't like the California Sauvignon Blanc. So I was like, you need to tell your boss then that and get the good stuff here. So we can have what we want. So the Sauvignon Blancs that I know, like I say, I normally drink is Whitehaven. It's out of New Zealand. There's another one called Stoneleigh that I like, and another one called Rye. I think it's called Rye River or something along that lines. It's around 12.5, 13% as well. I did a little bit of research, so I'm gonna give you a little Sauvignon Blanc background. One of the reasons the grapes are so well, I'll say good from New Zealand is because of the topography of New Zealand. There's a mountain range that runs through the island, and on the east side of that island, which is right on the ocean, they get a lot of sun, get very little rain. It's right on the ocean, so that does whatever in the soil makes these grapes really. I think the word they used was gives them bright, fruity flavors and a heady, aromatic, abundant, and with abundant acidity. Easy for me to say.
Okay, so that's why I drink red blends. I don't have to add all the adjectives.
Well, but again, I highly recommend it. And even Whitehaven, well, if you go to like Total Wines and get it, you can probably find it on sale for maybe $13 or something like that. I live in Montgomery County, so you have to pretty much get at the Montgomery County stores. We have our own, county run liquor stores, and there it'll run $17, $18
Yeah.
a bottle. But again, I like it. There's another spot up here that I go to a few times a year, is called the Ligonor Winery, which is just up here in Mount Airy. Now, they're known for their wine festivals every summer because thousands of people go, and it's a really great event if you decide to do that. But their wines are actually pretty good. They have a couple that are nice. One called the Aria, which is a newer blend they just came out with. I think maybe about 2 3 years ago. They want to have a white raven, I think it's called, and then they have a terrapin after the local football team here or college. Those are pretty good too. And they have some reds as well. I'm not as familiar with their reds because that's not my area.
Mhm.
But there are a lot of wineries up this way in northern Montgomery County. They're trying to rival some of the stuff that's happening in Virginia, like Northern Virginia, Leesburg out there. You have a lot of wineries out there now.
Yep.
So Maryland is trying to get into that race. There's probably at least 6 off the top of my head I can think of that's probably within 25, 30 miles of my house up north, up here, Montgomery and Frederick County. So, yeah, that's my wine story. One of the things about wine, I try when I open a bottle of wine, I like for somebody else to be here. Because if not, I don't want to
Oh,
pour it
really?
out. You know what I mean? And I don't want it to sit around for 3 days and go flat. So if I open a bottle of wine like I just did for this show, it ain't gonna be here tomorrow.
I, LB, I opened what I'm drinking right now is uh, um, Robert Mondavi.
Okay,
This
I
is
know
a
him.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Mhm.
And of the reds, I prefer a Cab over a
Mhm.
Pinot or a Merlot. They seem to be just a little um, strong for
Mhm.
me. But my quick little wine story happened on a girls' trip to uh, Barbersville,
Mhm.
Virginia,
Okay.
doing some hiking and just, girl stuff.
Mhm.
And we ended up at the Barbersville Winery in Virginia,
Mhm.
wine tasting. We had a charcuterie board.
Okay.
Now, of course, I ate all the cheese, and we were able to taste not one,
Mhm.
not two, not three, 7 wines
Okay.
with about this much in
Oh
each
wow.
glass.
So
Okay.
you need a designated driver.
and so that was a really, really good wine tasting event for
Mhm.
me. I've been to wine tasting events where you just, go around like you're under a tent and
Right.
maybe there's some food trucks and music and stuff. But this, we're on the patio looking at the Virginia mountains. The scenery was beautiful.
Mhm.
The wine was chef's kiss.
Mhm. What's the name? We were in Capitol Grill last month, I think it was, and they were running a special where they brought out Duckhorn, is the label, the
Okay,
vineyard,
I've
I should
heard of that.
say. Yeah, I was in Total Wine one day buying some Sauvignon Blanc, and it was a woman standing next to me. We were in the same area, and I was in front of the Duckhorn that she was trying to get to. So we got to talking about, because she grabbed it. I was like, I'm not familiar with that one. So we got to talking about it. She raved about how good it was. And I think it was maybe 30 something over. It was probably over $30 a bottle. And I was like, I didn't want to take a flyer on it. So I was like, okay, I'll take your word for it, kind of thing. So when we go to this, when we bought the flight, they had a flight tasting. It was
Mhm.
3 reds and 3 whites, and that same Duckhorn that was in Total Wines was in the tasting, and it actually was really good. And I forget, they had at least 2 of the reds I thought were really good too. So that's another label, people want to try Duckhorn.
Okay.
The ones that I've had, because we did a tasting of 6 of the
Okay.
out of the 6, 4 of them I really liked.
Okay.
That I could actually drink. Two
Okay.
and two of them were reds as well. I didn't like. They had one white that I didn't like, which I think may have been the Chardonnay.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, Duckhorn was pretty good.
Hey, Ed, I got a question for you. Quick question.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you went to this particular restaurant where you had the opportunity to taste wines and then you were able to pair them with different foods. And I can, I gotta tell you, you know how the wine bottle on the back it says, "Oh, this is good with pork. This is good with chicken. This is
Mhm.
good with pasta. This is what." Do you think I remember any of that? I just open a bottle and drink it. I just, by the time I realize, oh, I should have had this with pasta, it's gone.
Mhm.
So, so Ed, is that helpful for you, or do you just don't care like me?
Now, I mean, if I
Okay.
like it, I drink it. If I don't,
Yeah.
fine. I don't
Okay.
remember it.
Okay.
But some of the stuff that the chef puts out, I mean, he's making things that no, I'm not going to make.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's been my
But
experience with that kind of stuff too, is the food sometimes is so far away from my normal palate that I'm either half the stuff in it I don't like,
I,
and I'm scared to taste it, so I'm like, I don't
Right.
know.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Well, next time you go out to eat, just ask the wine steward there, whomever,
Okay.
what do you have good to go with this meal?
Okay.
And it doesn't have well in your case it'll need to be red. So, but then you're not a meat eater too, so that. But you
I
do
don't
eat.
eat. Yeah.
Did you do
I
eat
eat
Italian
pasta.
pasta stuff, right? Yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
I'll ask
Okay.
for something that'll pair with pasta.
Right.
So
There you go. Yeah,
okay.
you'll be straight. Usually,
All
and
right.
usually they've been pretty good. I had lasagna 2 nights ago, and he gave me a
Okay.
red. I don't even know what kind. It was a Chianti. It was a Chianti,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it tasted good to me. You
Okay.
know.
All right.
that's
Well,
that's all that counts.
that's
Yes,
all that
exactly.
counts.
Yeah, yeah.
This was a lively conversation. I really enjoyed this conversation. And as I look at my TikTok, it looks like we are just about out of time for this episode of Retired and Inspired. Um, Folks, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to know what types of wines you enjoy. We'd love for you to put those in the comment section and just share your wine experiences with us. And know that you can follow us here on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're also available on Spotify and Apple. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to LB. You've got any parting words before we?
Yes, I do. Two quick things I want to say.
Sure.
Willamette Vineyards in Oregon. I know that we have some listeners who are familiar with that
Okay.
winery, so I expect to see your comments in our YouTube page.
Okay.
And just a quick side note, I did go kayaking last weekend, as we said on the last show, and I didn't drown. One of my party fell in the water. I'm not going to say who that was. It wasn't me, but that's it.
Did
So
they,
Okay.
LB, did they teach you to roll?
no, no, it was a sit-in, not a sit in or whatever, however that thing. No, they
You were,
didn't.
you were
Okay.
They
sit
didn't
on
teach.
top, right?
Yes, we were on top. We were
Yeah.
on top.
Okay.
So with
All right.
that, I want to say, everybody go out. It's Saturday. If you're tired, every day is Saturday. Go out and have a good time. Ed,
That would be you.
Ed,
Yes. Oh,
Say
okay.
say goodbye to our fans. And
I guess I was
wake
waiting
up.
for a different cue. Anyway, I'm good. I hope everybody else is.
all right.
All right, folks. Till next week.
All
Have
right.
a good
Bye-bye.
evening.